You're finally awake. You fainted twice tonight. That's serious. Dang, Captain Lou. Why am I here? Ah, you even asked the same thing twice. Passed out in the bathroom. If no one had found you, you would have to lie on the floor all night. Bathroom? Is there a broken mirror with a rose there? Yes, there's one with a rose pattern. Speculation was right. I entered that world when I looked at the mirror in the bathroom of Tian's house. Captain, his looks are always like this. Did he bump his head? He just woke up. He's still trying to figure out what happened. Dang, I have to report to our superiors about the case. Stay here and take care of Lixon. Captain, we're in the progress on the Tian family's case. Do you know about that case? Yes, that's exactly why I went to the Tian's house to investigate. That's perfect. It will save us time from explaining. Basically, there's a new suspect in the case. Who is it? You probably met him before. He's the doctor in this clinic, Ying Shan. Are there any evidence? Searched Tian's house again and discovered that some of the salt in the kitchen was laced with rat poison. The bag of salt had been resealed and barely left any traces. This can never be done in just 1 or 2 attempts. The clues led us to the clinic storage room. We found a large amount of similar salt packages there. It's likely that he practiced many times to ensure that the seal was intact. And Yi Yingshan had a motive for murder. I heard about the grudge between Jianrong and Yingshan. Still something that doesn't make sense. Right, but there's no way to continue the investigation. The suspect is dead, and I'm afraid this case will become an unsolved case. Yeah, Yingshan? Dead? Yeah, he was burned to death. It happened near the Tian's house. Yingshan's car was completely burned. All that left was the frame. Found a body and it's suspected to be Yingshan. Been delivered to Miss Song for an autopsy. How did the car catch on fire? There was a lot of fireworks in the car. Perhaps Yingshan was transporting them from the city for someone else. We also found cigarette butts in the car. Yingshan was probably smoking while driving and a cigarette butt accidentally dropped on the fireworks and ignited them. Ming, have you checked if Yingshan was a smoker? Well, he secretly smoked and was seen by several of his patients. He did smoke. I saw him do it. I was gonna say, the more you want to hide it, the more likely you get caught. Anyway, why did he hide the fact that he was a smoker? The more you want to hide it, the more likely you get caught. Wrong, Nixon. That's incorrect. There's something wrong. Nixon? Nixon must have thought about something. Don't disturb him. Want to smoke? Oh, don't tell anyone about me smoking. I always tell the old folks here to smoke less, and I can't justify it if they find out I was smoking too. Now I think about it, the Yingshun seem to have deliberately smoked in front of me. But why did he pretend to smoke? Why would he pretend to smoke? Uncle Wang, why am I here? Who gave me this pack of cigarettes? Hey Juan, my leg is in pain again. Will you go to the pharmacy and pick up some medicine for me? Go to the one in the west of town. Don't go to Yi's clinic. Sure. Come rest, Mom. Don't push yourself too hard. Dr. Yi, will this plan really work? Who do you think has the most say in the Tian family after Tian Yu's death? My father-in-law? No, it's still Tian Yu. You also know that your in-laws trusted the witch very much before. But who they believed in is not the witch, Tian Yu. This is a rare opportunity. You need to pretend to be possessed by Tian Yu and get your in-laws' trust. That way you get a chance to escape with Fang Fang. But will they believe it? Michelle, did Tian Yu smoke? Yeah, he used to smoke the same brand of cigarettes as you do. I don't smoke. Patient's family member gave it to me just now. I'm just holding a cigarette in my hand, and you mistakenly thought I smoked. Apply the same principle, do what Tian Yu often did. After a while, they will believe that the soul summoning is working. Lastly, you need to mimic one key behavior to convince them that you are truly obsessed, or truly possessed. It's something you would never do. I hate eating fish. I feel sick every time I smell it. I've never had a bite of fish since I married into the Tian family. But Tian Yu loved eating fish. Ah. Then you slowly adapt to eating fish during this period of time. I can prescribe some anti-vomiting medicine for you. However, the medicine's efficiency is limited and the adaptation process will be painful. I understand. I'll do anything as long as I can get Fang Fang out of here. Listen, did something come to your mind? Captain Lu, the Yingshan's death is too strange. I don't have time to explain now. I want to take a look at his body. No problem. I'll handle things on Xinjui's side. Ping set up roadblocks on the main roads in town. Report to me right away if you encounter anyone suspicious. Try that. I'm not going anywhere on my watch. Dixon, I'll wait for the outcome. So, Captain, I won't let you down. Autopsy room is at the end of the hallway. Young family's crime scene photos are hanging on the wall. Going in Tian's house was like a dream. Learning what everyone in the Tian family went through, I feel surreal looking at the way they died, as if I just woke up from a dream. The charred skeleton can be vaguely seen through the white cloth. Strong smell of fireworks greets you alongside the remaining warmth. It's as if the bones are still burning deep inside. Who are you? Are you Lin? Lin Nixon, I'm new here. Oh, are you the rookie who passed out during the first dispatch? Never mind. Deng Ming wasn't any better when he just joined the team. Captain Lu told me beforehand. You want to know if this body is my senior schoolmate? Yeah. Yeah? Your senior schoolmate? Ah, I used to call him like that. Didn't you and Dr. Yi graduated from the same school? Both graduated from Shangyang Medical University. He graduated 2 years earlier than me. Did Dr. Yi study forensics as well? I would say he was half forensic. Well, during an autonomy class, Yi found something wrong with the organ of a donated corpse that died from a heart attack. Later, the lecturer invited the head of the forensic medicine department, a renowned individual in forensic science, Professor Liu Yikwang, to perform an autopsy. After Professor Li's autopsy, it was determined that the donated corpse was killed by medicine that can cause myocardial infractions. The circle were arrested soon after that, and Yi became a star on campus. Professor Li hoped that Yi could work with him. Although Yi's department didn't let him go, he investigated many cases with Professor Li. That's why Dr. Yi said that he knew a lot of cops. Yeah, everyone thought that Yi was a rising star in the forensics field. But after graduation, he opened a small clinic in town. I heard that it was because his parents didn't want him to be a forensic doctor. He believed that his job would bring them bad luck. Professor Liu was also my supervisor. He seemed devastated every time this was brought up. Sorry for talking so much. It's okay. I want to know more about Dr. Yi anyway. Let's go down to business. You want to know if this corpse is Yi Yingshan, right? Yes, and we need to do it as soon as possible because we're running out of time. It won't be easy because Yi Yingshan was adopted and we couldn't find his blood relatives for many years. Additionally, there are too many samples in the clinic. Analyzing them one by one will take too long. There's a way to determine it in a short time. Oh, what is it? I see. Didn't expect you to know this. Is this method feasible? It surely is, but the bones are severely damaged. Putting the bones back into the original arrangement is a lot of work. Training my superior sent hasn't arrived yet. To do this alone, it will take a long time. So is there any other way? I was hinting that you should help me, silly. Oh, puzzle time. Yay. Let's see. We need some. This one. Beers. There. You. This is an odd one. Here we go. Your hypothesis was right. Thanks for your hard work, Zinui. Our report is to Captain Lou. Zinui, no, it's bad news regardless of whether Dr. G is dead or alive. There may be a hidden truth in this case. We'll definitely find him and ask him for the truth. Hey, thanks, Liaison. He used the phone in the office to contact Captain Lou. Beep. Hey, Captain Lou. Listen, how are things going there? Zinyu has confirmed that the body isn't Yi Yingshan. Good, Lixon. Good thing that he knows something was off. You can always find clues that others can't, just like your dad. Going to check the bus stations and train station. He's not going anywhere. Captain, can I ask you a favor? Incinerate. Answer the phone, CJ. Officer? How did you know it was me before you even started to talk? Almost no one knows this number. You answered a call from this number at the public phone market owned by the Tians. I guess you memorized the number back then. You're very smart, Yi Yingshan. You almost fool everyone. But not you. If you had taken that train just now, your plan would have succeeded. Yi Yingshan, we have you surrounded. I asked my superior for some time to ask you some questions alone. You got me. I have nothing to say. This isn't an interrogation. It's an equal communication. Someone once taught me to exchange questions for questions. You probably also have a lot of questions for me. What's the point of doing this? I know you didn't poison the family. I don't want to pin it on the wrong person. But I also want to know why you did what you have done. I don't know what you're talking about. You have treated me as a pawn ever since I entered the clinic. You led me to investigate the Tian family case because you had created a new suspect for the case. You pretended to be a smoker in front of me so I would believe that you were bound to death in the fire due to your smoking habit. This way, Chao Zi-Wan could be cleared of charges and the real murderer would be burned to death while you escaped. I answer your question. Now it's your turn to answer mine. Why did you help Chao Zi-Wan escape the Tian family? I was trafficked here as a kid, but the townspeople are unaware of this. I barely shared the secret with people. Chao Zi-Wan was trapped here just like me. I helped her just like helping my patients. Her illness came from this place, but leaving here was her best treatment. My turn to ask a question. How did you discover that I wasn't dead? Your plan was very thorough, but the corpse gave you away. Which part of the body gave me away? Your ribs were broken by Tian Jianrong. Under normal circumstances, even if your ribs had been recovered, there will be fabric cartilage calluses. Our forensic experts spent the whole night putting the ribs together and found out that the ribs didn't have any calluses. Seems like I underestimated your forensic expert. The forensic expert was none other than the student of the famous Louis Iquan. He was your schoolmate. My turn to ask a question. Why did you try to take the blame? I have thought of the worst scenario when I helped Chao Zi-Wan develop an escape plan. I didn't expect that the situation would get much worse. After her death, people called her a madwoman, a psycho, a murderer, which I didn't expect either. It was my plan to kill Chao Zi-Wan and Fang Fang. I should be the one to bear the charges. But no one could predict that things would go in that direction. That was my first reason. My second reason. Since I was a child, my adoptive parents kept telling me that I was abandoned by my biological parents. My adoptive parents arranged a lot of things that I didn't want. I never resisted. I wanted to repay them for the kind act of nurturing me. They didn't tell me the truth until they were on their deathbeds. They had been deceiving me for their whole life. After they passed away, I didn't shed a tear, nor did I feel relieved. The name Ye Yingshan still trapped me here. I wanted this name to bear all the charge. I will start a new life with a new identity. Any other reasons? That counts as another question. It's my turn to ask. I left you with a question during our first call. How did you find these clues? I can communicate with the dead. There's a saying in the field of forensics that forensics is a profession that can communicate with the dead. Yes, but that's just an analogy. I can also communicate with the dead. I can see into their past. I know secrets that only the dead knows. Perhaps this unreasonable answer is the most reasonable. Can you continue to answer that question now? Last reason. Leaving one time was Xiao Wenjuan's will and her expectation of me. On the day of the incident, she came to the clinic to buy medicine. Gee, do you have any Pangwan brand's cough medicine? I happened to restock a batch recently. I'll get a pack for you. Thank you. Oh, Dr. Yi, Feng Feng and I will leave Qingtan next month. Come to say goodbye. I don't know if we'll have a chance to meet again in the future. Michao, the last step of the plan is that you have to go somewhere even I won't be able to find. The ideal scenario is not to meet up again. However, if we are destined to meet again, maybe we'll meet somewhere in the world. Oh, a while ago my father-in-law won 4 cruise tickets. My in-laws don't like travel far, so I gave one to Miss Shen. And I wish to give the last one to you. You've been in town for such a long time. You should go out and relax. Dr. Yi, the infusion bottle is almost empty. Okay, I'll change it right away. I'm sorry, it's autumn and there are many patients in the clinic. I'm overwhelmed. Xiao, thank you for your kindness, but it's okay. I'll reserve it for you. Tell me if you want to go one day. Sure, thank you. She was a respectable person. She was not only saving herself, but me as well. I didn't understand it at that time, but it was too late when I did. After she died, I told myself that I should try to leave. She wouldn't want you to leave in this way. But I'm the type of person that can't move forward without being pushed. And when I finally decided to move forward, I realized I was still trapped. You obviously had the opportunity to get in the train before I showed up. Officer Lin, do you see the mountains ahead? They are like piled up ashes. When I stare at them, I feel an indescribable confusion and fear. Maybe they are just a mass of lifeless ashes, or maybe they are still smoldering inside. I feel as if I can see my biological parents. The figures are vague, they're wandering through the mountains like ghosts. Their mouths are open, and they're calling out. They'll be calling my name. But I have forgotten my original name long ago. I didn't understand until then that I am homeless. There isn't any place for me in the world. A home that was once warm, the people who can accompany me have been buried in these mountains of ashes. Dr. G, do you have any questions? I have no more questions. I only have one request. Officer Lin, please forget the conversation that just happened. I am the criminal who killed 3 Tian family members and caused Cao Zi1 to commit suicide. Yi Yingshan, you are suspected of arson and desecration of a human corpse. You are under arrest in accordance with the law. After reinvestigation, the police discovered Ye Yingshan falsified evidence of him killing a Tian family. The identity of the burned corpse was also confirmed. It was Wang Yingshai, the owner of the small store. Ye Yingshan was prosecuted for arson, desecration of a human corpse, and falsifying evidence. The Tian family murder case was back to its original state. The case was closed again. Actually, I still have one more question for Yi Yingshan. I want to know if another person was also involved in this plan. I don't think he will answer this question. I also have my own answer. I will keep this answer in my heart forever. Lexion, what do you see this time? There's nothing but a blank white space. Where is the horse carrying your father? I didn't continue to chase the hares. I stopped and watched it until it disappeared from my sight. Why didn't you chase it? I just saw the miseries in this world. What do you mean, Diggy? I also saw souls struggling painfully in it. I shouldn't have chased after my dad's honor and glory. There's still people suffering at the bottom of the dark abyss. You mean that we... There are still people suffering at the bottom of the dark abyss. That's where I should go.